Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Tech Integration Workshop here at schooltechnology.org. My name is Brad Flickinger, and welcome to Step 12 of the Tech Integration Workshop, which is called Make Improvements. Now, this is the last step, and we only have one more video after this. Is called the Watch Last video, but this is really it. This is the last come together for everything to work out, and that's make improvements. All right, so for improvements to happen, you need to record data along the way. All right, so you need to have some place where you start and some place where you're going. So for me to be able to reflect back over time, I use my reports that I have. And so every month I give my principal a monthly report, basically saying the things that are happening this month technologically and with 21st century skills in the building, just so I can keep track of what happens in October, what happens in November. And then on that report is a little line I have on there for making improvements, like allow an extra week for podcasting, say, or animation happened a lot faster than we anticipated, so subtract a week off of that. Those type of things, so I have a little list of improvements. All right, and then although my superintendent hasn't asked for it, I send him an annual report of basically the state of the school that I'm in with regards to technology. So the great things that we're able to do. And then on that report, I'll send links to the website to show off some of the great things that the students are doing. And really, I just want it so that the superintendent knows that in our building, 21st century skills are being taught. So if he's ever asked when he's out and about and doing all of his superintendent things, like, hey, what are you doing about 21st century skills in your schools for your students? And he can say, you know what, I was just looking at something the other day and I saw this incredible animation that happened in one of our elementary schools. Just for those kind of, and it's very brief. It's just quick. This is what we're doing. This is how it's happening. But again, it allows me to be accountable and to make improvements by seeing what happens from year to year and from month to month. Now, you have to keep the digital artifacts fresh, meaning that, what is hip and cool and the students are into it this year, it might not be that way a few years from now. And let me give you an example. Right now in 2010, Facebook is the thing to have. Kids are using Facebook all the time. But if I was to still be teaching lessons on MySpace, that'd be a joke. The kids don't use MySpace anymore. I don't know who's still left using MySpace, but it's certainly not the kids around me. So you see, you have to, even though it was one social media has just been replaced by the other ones, they're very similar. You have to keep with the freshness of what you are teaching, because the last thing you need are kids coming into a classroom and rolling their eyes going, are you kidding? We're going to learn about 5 1/4 inch diskettes or something, things like that. You've got to keep it fresh, not meaning that you start from scratch every year, but you take a look at your digital artifacts and just say, okay, animation, yep, still good, still really good for my kids to learn. Let's see, podcasting, yep, still very relevant, those type of things. You just take a quick look at it, make any final tweaks to it, just to keep things fresh. And boy, I tell you, anytime there's a change or anything, you've got to always be there for the teachers, saying that, oh, we kind of adjusted, or we got new software for recording audio. Let me come in and teach you, show you whatever differences there might be with what they're familiar with, those type of things. You've got to support the teachers 100% in any little minor changes that come through the curriculum and through the program, those type of things. So always do that, as well as take a look at those 25 to 30 different courses that you offer your teachers and see if any of those need to be updated and refreshed to keep them current. And then finally, I spend my summers taking all this together and making whatever improvements that might need to happen on these projects. So example, for right now, it is summer 2010, and I am really digging into the web show that my kids produced, and you can see a shot of it right here. I didn't like how some of the things were coming together, but I loved a lot of the other parts. So I'm just trying to tweak a couple of those things. So I have a list of, I think, about 40, 45 items of just little improvements I want to make across the whole gamut of things that I take care of for technology. And the great thing about having the summer is that when the kids start, I get a whole new crop of kids that come into these certain programs, and then it's just like, okay, now this is how we do it this way. And I'm not trying to get out of them the old system because they might not be familiar with that. So I really do spend my summers doing improvements, and that's what I'm recommending for you to do too. So, hey, welcome to the end of the whole Tech Integration Workshop. I will see you just for a couple of parting words in the Watch Last video. But other than that, good luck with everything. I hope you've learned a lot, and I hope your school is improving all around you with 21st century skills. It's something that you can be really proud of. And thanks again for being with all this. And my name is Brad Flickinger with schooltechnology.org. See ya.